The Houston Rockets are one of the more interesting teams heading into next NBA season. They obviously did make the playoffs in 2024 or even make the play-in tournaments, but they have a great head coach in Ime Udoka and a nice combination of youth and veterans that bought into the team's culture. Also, they completely blasted off in 2024 in comparison to 2023, winning 19 more games, jumping from 29th in defensive rating to 10th, and looking like a respectable team out west. They were fortunate in the draft lottery to land the number 3 overall pick, which they used to select sharpshooter Reed Shepherd. Alperen Sengun had a career year and hopes to bounce back from the injury he had late last season, and younger guys on the roster like Alin Thompson and Cam Whitmore will continue to make their mark on the team moving forward. Here's why the Houston Rockets are a team to look out for in 2025 and why they have a very bright future. Before we begin, be sure to leave a like on the video as each like greatly supports me as a creator. Be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. For the Houston Rockets, probably the biggest source of optimism for them was the emergence of Alperen Sengun as a star last season. Sure, he was good in 2023, but after a growth spurt and work in the offseason, 2024 solidified him as a top 10 center in the NBA. Punishing defenses with his playmaking, post-game, and underrated shot-making ability, Sengun was garnering comparisons to all-NBA players in Nikola Jokic and Domantas Sabonis, and those comps were valid. Sengun averaged a career-best 5 assists game last season, became the youngest center ever to reach 500 career assists last season, and tied Hakeem Olajuwon for the Rockets' single-game assist record at 12. The assists per game doesn't even demonstrate just how good of a playmaker he actually is though, with him being cognizant of where his teammates are at all times and punishing teams on kickouts, passes out of the post, out of the roll, and in transition. In addition to his playmaking, he's a great interior scorer with his face-up game and ability to seal off defenders. He can attack players off the dribble, and he's capable scorer in the pick and roll. Outside shooting in terms of volume and percentage are still his Achilles heel, and he could improve further in terms of guarding in space and in the interior, but he's shown tremendous growth and is just 22 years of age. Moving on, let's talk about Alin Thompson's insane versatility. Alin obviously didn't have a great season as an outside shooter in his rookie year, which for sure hampered his overall offensive game. However, he was still one of the more impactful players on the floor for the Houston Rockets. He was drafted as a lead guard, but with his physical tools and IQ, he's already going to be one of the more gifted athletes and defenders in the league with his ability to play 1-4 and guard 1-4. He's excellent at staying in front of offensive players, is a good screen navigator, is a good help defender, and can cause havoc in passing lanes, can make recoveries to the perimeter, and has great hands. He has great value as an interior scorer who operates well in transition, willingly moves without the ball, is a good offensive rebounder, and can bring the ball up the floor. Sure, the overall offensive game could use work, but he's just 21 years of age, well wise beyond his years, and has incredibly high potential. The Rockets had the flexibility to play him at multiple positions, and I can't wait to see his jump next season. Jaylen Green is a very interesting player to discuss for the Rockets because when he was drafted second overall in 2021, the impression was that he was a potential franchise piece moving forward. However, with the emergence of Sengun as the first option, the vets and further young talent surrounding him, and him not necessarily being where we expected, Jaylen is heading into a big year given that he hasn't secured a contract extension. Don't get me wrong, Jaylen has all the talent you'd want from a 6'4 guard and is only 22 years of age. He has improved since his rookie season as both a shot creator and guard who's effective in transition, and in the month of March 2024, it really looked like he was turning a corner. However, he slumped afterward, and the Rockets have to see better decision making, consistency, and further development from Green before they ultimately commit to him long term. Another lottery pick on this team who was drafted a year after Jaylen is 6'11 big man Jaari Smith Jr., a player who was misutilized in his rookie season as he was pretty much relegated to a spot-up shooter role, but had a bounce back 2024 season. He shot 65% within 5 feet of the basket, is a good rebounder at 8 boards a game, has the length with a 7'1 wingspan, have good athleticism to be a positive defender, jumped from 31% from 3 to 36% in 2024, and shot 38% on 4 catch and shoot 3-point attempts a game. On that note, Reed Sheppard will make an automatic impact on the Rockets due to his great shooting ability on and off the ball. He was one of the best shooters, if not the best shooter out the 2024 NBA draft, shooting 52% from 3 on 4 attempts a game and 51% on catch and shoot 3-point attempts. He relocates well off the ball, is more than capable of draining threes in transition and in the pick and roll, and has NBA range. As someone who heavily impressed in the preseason as well, Sheppard will definitely be one of the betting favorites to win Rookie of the Year, and would probably even be a bigger favorite if the Rockets didn't have so much depth. Cam Whitmore didn't get much shine last season, but when he did play, he demonstrated why the Rockets got themselves a steal when he fell in the NBA draft. As a hyper-athletic wing, he has all the physical tools with his massive 6'7", 235-pound frame, where you can use his power and explosiveness to get into the lane and finish through contact, can run the floor well, can be a factor in the open floor. Plus, he shot 36% from 3, which is pretty solid. The biggest hope for Whitmore next season is that he commits on the defensive end when given the opportunity, and the Rockets will be borderline elite if Tari Eason is healthy enough to play substantial games and minutes, as he's one of the better defenders at his position. For the Houston Rockets, one of the biggest shifts under Ime Udoka was an emphasis on toughness and defense. That's exactly what the team embodies. The Rockets went from a team that was 28th in opponents' 3-point percentage to first in just one season turnaround. They were top 10 in steals and allowed the 4th fewest points off of turnovers and allowed the fewest fast break points in the league. Some of that can be attributed to the additions of Fred VanVleet and Dillon Brooks last season, as VanVleet served as a well-needed playmaker for this team as he better set up teammates and also was a threat from 3 on high volume, and Brooks was also another body on the wings who can defend and also hit the 3. With the addition of Steven Adams in the front court as well, the Houston Rockets, with internal improvement and another year under Udoka, have a young core and veterans that can make this team very competitive in 2025. It is a brutal Western Conference, which will ultimately limit the team's ceiling next season, but the Rockets are going to be competitive and potentially playoff bound if their defense holds up and they improve upon their 20th ranked offense from last season. With that being said, be sure to comment down below your thoughts on the Houston Rockets. How far do you see them going next season in the Western Conference? Who do you feel will be a breakout player for this team? And where do you rank their young core among the best in the league? Let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a massive difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for more content like this. Hope to see you all in the next one, and stay tuned.